lantern-lit avenues of Yuan pulsed with a fervent energy. It was, incredibly, Valentine's Day, a custom that had, against all historical probability, found its way to the Yuan dynasty, likely through a particularly enthusiastic and possibly time-traveling merchant. Couples strolled, their silken sleeves brushing against each other, whispering sweet nothings and probably exchanging elaborately calligraphed declarations of affection. Carrying a carefully wrapped gift, Mei Lianyi's heart fluttered with anticipation for Chongjian, whom she had admired literally almost since she'd first met him that winter night several moons ago. Her attraction stemmed from his keen intellect and deep commitment to justice and equality. Though outwardly reserved, Mei harbored a secret. Her lineage traced back to an ancient shamanic Wu family, a heritage that occasionally manifested in unexpected ways. She found Chongjian's aura captivating, sensing a profound maturity, compassion, and balance within him, qualities as irresistible as his handsome appearance, which seemed to reflect his inner beauty. Tonight, inspired by the legend of the Weaver Girl and the cowherd, Mei, a true romantic, resolved to confess her feelings. Spotting him near the lotus pavilion, seemingly lost in thought over a lotus root, she approached, her heart quickening as she presented her gift.
Mei Lianyi, what is this occasion?
It's Valentine's Day, Chongjian, the 14th day of the second moon, a day for matters of the heart.
Chongjian blinked, processing this information with the speed of a snail attempting to climb a jade statue.
Valentine's Day, a fascinating custom. Is it mentioned in the ancient texts? No matter. Mei Lianyi, you are exceptional. Your knowledge of the classics is astounding. Your brushstrokes could capture the very soul of a mountain. Your wit and cleverness could charm the most discerning at the emperor's court. Your grace and balance performing the traditional dances is hypnotically beautiful, and your gentleness could soothe the most skittish dove into peaceful sleep. But I fear you misjudge me. I am older and a bit removed from the passions of youth. And this would not be the first time that a young woman has fallen for the mirage of the charms of an older man. But wouldn't you be better suited to someone your own age?
Mei Lianyi's hopes deflated like a punctured silk balloon. She accepted fate's cruel rebuke and attempted to move on, briefly entertaining the attentions of younger suitors. They were handsome, charming, and possessed an impressive collection of ornamental hairpins. But they lacked Chongjian's quiet intensity, his subtle wit, the way his brow furrowed when he was deep in thought, or simply trying to remember where he'd left his sandals. And there she was again one night with youthful suitors spending time, forcing laughter, faking smiles, same old tired, lonely places. Walls of insincerity, shifting eyes and vacancy. But this all vanished when she saw his face. She imagined Chongjian again, looking for his sandals, and all she could say was it was enchanting to meet him. And then one day, whispers of a surprising nature carried an unexpected image of Chongjian to Mei Lianyi's ears. Apparently, the bookish scholar had stumbled upon a cruel merchant abusing a small wounded monkey. In a flash, the normally quiet Chongjian had erupted, not with fists or fury, but with a torrent of scholarly pronouncements.
By the celestial heavens, what manner of base individual are you, to prey upon such a defenseless creature? Relinquish this animal now, and I shall endeavor to find it a sanctuary where its delicate spirit will not be subjected to your brutish whims. Do not mistake my scholarly demeanor for weakness. My resolve in matters of justice is as steadfast as the most ancient of tomes.
His words, a veritable storm of indignation, so overwhelmed the merchant, who likely envisioned an endless tirade lasting hours, that the merchant hastily surrendered the trembling creature to Chongjian, who then transferred the beast to the kind handling of a well-regarded animal care pavilion.
Here we go. These nice animal care people should get you fixed up and bouncing around happily in no time.
The tale, carried on the gossiping breeze, resonated deeply with Mei Lianyi. as though she'd had a sudden glimpse of Chongjian's hidden depths, a man of fierce empathy and surprising inner fire. Cupid himself might be at play, she mused, feeling deeply moved as she saw a Chongjian she hadn't realized existed, and sensing her own heart deeply speared by the image. After hearing this, Mei Lianyi decided she would find out more for herself. She visits the merchant's stall and is immediately accosted by a cute, affectionate, charming monkey with a bandage over one of its feet. It seems that the merchant has managed to get the monkey back.
Are you interested in the monkey? He can be useful for a number of purposes.
Really? What do you use the monkey for?
Oh, this monkey can be very useful, like spying on debtors to see if they can actually pay their debts. Or how about calling attention to a promotion of a product? Almost anything you like, that is, for a fee. If you use him well, he is well worth the small amount it would cost you. For instance, might you have interest in obtaining something valuable from a hard-to-access place? Or even aid with healing a broken heart?
Mei Yuanyi is interested suddenly, and the monkey has somehow lowered her guard.
Really? What can be done for a broken heart, and what is the fee?
Well, for instance, the monkey can be used to attract over a suitor of interest and work as a way to break the ice. Do you have in mind, or see anyone of interest?
At that moment, a very handsome gentleman enters the market area, handsome enough to have Mei Lianyi catch her breath.
Whoa.
The merchant spots this and says,
Could it be that I detect some interest? The fee for 3 hours would be 400 yuan, and 100 for each subsequent hour.
Mei Yuanli checked her pockets and sleeves for money.
Anyway, I don't have enough for the fee.
At that moment, the monkey climbed affectionately onto Mei Yuanli's shoulder to perch there.
You can give me what you currently have, and if all goes well, give me the balance later.
Well, I don't know. This isn't really why I came here today.
At that moment, the monkey takes matters into its own hands and grabs the money from her to hand it to the merchant.
Go on now, monkey. If you don't want to get beat within an inch of your life, you know what to do.
The monkey heads off in the area of the market where the handsome gentleman is loitering and bounds around him to get his attention. The gentleman is inadvertently led over to where Mei Lianyi is sitting, and the monkey jumps onto her shoulder with a bounding leap. The gentleman laughs, delightedly thrown off guard by the sight.
Ah, my dear young master, your arrival is a stroke of pure good fortune, as if the heavens themselves conspired. With a little nudge from my intuitive ape, of course, who so cleverly guided you here. And what a scene awaits. A tender young maiden here, her heart quite broken, I hear, making her exquisitely receptive to a gentleman of your persuasive charms. In her sorrow, she'll see your handsome face and sympathetic ear as a divine blessing, a fated meeting to soothe her woes. This, my friend, is an opening gilded with opportunity. Console her, charm her, and you'll find that a grateful heart, especially one belonging to a maiden of apparent means, often inspires a generosity that extends to her family's trust and, shall we say, their more tangible assets. Play your part with finesse, and this chance encounter will undoubtedly yield a most profitable harvest for us both.
And somehow Mei Lianyi finds herself being escorted by the charming and handsome young gentleman to walk with the monkey, hovering around them, going to a few places casually to shop or sightsee. The young maiden and the young gentleman later on find themselves at an inn, where Mei Lianyi says she should really be going.
I should really be going.
But the gentleman insists.
Oh, come on, it'll only be for a few minutes. I know just the cure for a broken heart. What do you say, monkey?
Oh, well, that table looks nice over there, actually.
And with help of the monkey gets her to enter. She is still feeling down about Chongjian, and the gentleman is charming, and one thing leads to another.
Go ahead, drink it. This is my mother's favorite remedy for when I was feeling down or sad.
At some point later in the evening, Mei Lianyi, who is now fairly intoxicated, opens her eyes to notice the monkey reaching into her gown to remove her purse, where she has more money and other valuables. The monkey takes it over to the man who begins to look through it.
Nice haul, monkey, nice haul.
Is he actually working with the merchant to take advantage of victims? The young gentleman, if we can still call him that, puts the purse away for safekeeping, at least for the time being. Now Mei Lianyi, who has been lying down, sits up after throwing something on to see the gentleman doing something with her purse, as the monkey returns to give her one item from its contents. She knows something is not right. She wants to object, but she's woozy and feels compromised, and the situation is out of her control. She really can't do anything.
Oh, monkey, what have I done? Can anyone help me? Please, monkey, help me.
The monkey, seeming to understand Mei Yuanli's plight, leaps into action. The monkey causes a vase to fall in the back of the inn, distracting the young gentleman as the monkey grabs Mei Yuanli's purse and runs with it back to her, then helping her escape through a back exit. Time passes after this until the 20th day of the 5th month, the double fifth festival, 520, a day already steeped in romantic potential. Chongjian awakens on the morning of May 20th, transformed by a vivid dream. In this dream, a beautiful young woman shared something deeply intimate with him, leaving an indelible memory. This experience brings Chongjian, a solitary scholar, a profound realization that he is no longer alone but deeply connected in a way he never thought possible. The vision has touched him at his most vulnerable level, and he awakens, could it possibly be, in love. That evening, Mei Yuanli walked out into the market streets. The romantic nature of the day was not lost on her, but she had some trepidation. Just then, a disturbance caught her attention. It was no other than the merchant who'd tried to swindle her before, and he was chasing the same monkey.
Come here, you blasted misbehaving beast. I'll squeeze your eyes out for what you've done.
Hey, you're that merchant who cheated me. How do I get my money back?
At first, the merchant didn't recognize her, but as he stared, recognition became clear.
You! I remember you now. How did you manage to get away that night? We had you pretty bad. Anyway, you're lucky you got away, you are. But now I need to catch and punish a very bad monkey.
The monkey starts to scramble up the scaffolding from street level, climbing up toward the Qixi, or Tanabata bridge mock-up, which wasn't built for actual usage or holding any actual body weight. Mei Yuanli, in the meantime, flags down a magistrate to inform them about the merchant abusing the monkey and chasing it up the scaffolding of the Qixi bridge.
And he tried to rob and blackmail me too.
Meanwhile, a crowd has formed, looking up at the unfolding chase between the merchant and the monkey. Chongjian, in the area by chance, walks over to see what is attracting the crowd. He looks up and knows immediately what he must do. As the merchant chases the monkey into a corner, Mei Yuanli sees Chongjian in the crowd responding, and now moving toward them.
Chongjian.
She knows what she has to do. As the merchant corners the monkey now on top of the rickety bridge itself, Chongjian arrives and does his best to protect the monkey and get it away from the red-eyed merchant. Just then, Mei Lianyi arrives to throw in her help. Seizing opportunity as she sees some magistrates arrive, she pushes the merchant back into the arms of the magistrates. In the process, she also pushes Chongjian and herself down on the ground. But the job is done. The magistrates have the merchant in custody, and Mei Lianyi and Chongjian can laugh it off. Afterwards, Mei Lianyi waits for Chongjian a bit nervously. Just as Chongjian is walking up, one of her former suitors spots her and walks up to her as well, but she pushes the suitor away assertively as she makes room only for Chongjian. And as they linger atop the Qixi bridge, this leads to a moment of shared intimacy.
Mei Lianyi, I do believe I owe you an apology. You see, I think I was wrong when you were right. When I was a younger man and would listen to ancient Goyue, Chinese music, I would often feel sad, like I was trying to remember someone, but I couldn't even imagine who. Now, impossibly, but somehow I wonder if it wasn't you whom I longed for, but felt so sad because you hadn't even been born yet. And then I had a dream last night which I simply cannot forget. I know impossibly, but somehow it was you. I just know it now, and I've been truly wrong. You are not meant for another. You are my destiny. pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. How now I wish that you were mine.
Oh, Chongjian.
The monkey, sensing the shift in energy, chittered happily as if offering its own blessing. And as the celestial bridge stabilized, bathed in the radiant light, it was clear that even the most hesitant of hearts could be swayed by a touch of magic and the undeniable golden thread of fate that tied them together.